is it all right if I call you Deborah today?
Sure.
Okay, I just wanted the confusion between Krista and Deborah. So, all right. Are you the owner of the home at 5578 Quarry Road in Afton, Michigan?
Yes.
Okay.
This case drops us into a tense family property dispute where a flooded basement sparks a legal storm over authority, contracts, and who's actually responsible for the bill. A mother owns the home, a daughter signs for emergency restoration, and now a courtroom must untangle whether urgency justified the decision or created liability. As testimony unfolds, watch closely. Did the daughter have implied permission, or did a signal...
What's the relationship of Krista Wiley to you?
She's my daughter.
All right. Does she live with you at that address?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the arrangement with her living there?
There's no arrangement. She and the two kids just live with me.
Okay. Does she pay for any of the expenses of the home or pay you a rent for living there?
Doesn't pay rent, but she pays for some of the bills.
Were you aware of the basement flooding situation that's been testified about today in this case? Okay. And how was it you became aware of that?
My daughter told me she went downstairs and there was a foot of water.
Okay. Okay. And did you know that ServPro was going to come and help take care of that situation?
She said she contacted the insurance company and ServPro.
Okay. And you agreed with that procedure?
Sure, because what else? It had to be done.
Yeah. And did you see ServPro at the home working on getting it cleaned up?
I work at Walmart, so I don't see a lot of them there at all.
Did you ever see ServPro's equipment at the home?
Oh, yes, when I come home.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you ever question, hey, how is ServPro getting paid, or why are they here doing this work?
No.
Okay. Did you ever talk with anyone at Farm Bureau Insurance?
No.
How was it that an insurance claim got done?
They're my daughter.
Okay, so you were having your daughter assist you with do that insurance claim?
Yes.
Okay, and you had your daughter assisting you with getting ServPro to take care of the water in the basement? That's yes? And Krista had your permission to arrange for that work?
Yes.
So she was acting on your behalf?
Yes.
Were you dissatisfied with any of the work that was done in the basement?
I never went down in the basement to see what it looked like.
Okay, so I mean, it's fair to say you weren't dissatisfied with it then?
No.
No, it's not fair, or no, you weren't dissatisfied?
Either way.
Okay, so you weren't dissatisfied, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you agree that work was necessary?
Yes.
And you agree that it certainly improved the condition of the basement?
I object, Your Honor. Again, this is argumentative, calling for the witness to make a legal conclusion.
Sustained.
You agree the water in the basement had to get cleaned up?
Well, of course.
Okay. And why is that?
Well, would you like to have a foot of water in your basement that knocked out your furnace and your water heater and everything?
Yeah. So didn't have hot water with that water in the basement?
No.
And the heat was out as well?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Any cross?
No, I don't need to cross-examine Deborah Wiley, Your Honor.
Okay. That's why you think you can sit down.
Yeah, I'll call Krista Wiley.
Okay. Sorry, please right in front. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can see it.
Good morning. Is it all right if I call you Krista?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Krista. You've heard the testimony here this morning.
Correct.
I'm going to have you look at what was marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 2. Do you have that in front of you?
I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, actually,
Yes, that's fine.
I got mixed. Exhibit number 3.
Oh, no problem.
Do you recognize that agreement?
Yes,
Okay, is that an agreement that you signed?
correct,
All right. And that was to contract ServPro to perform services at 5578 Quarry Road.
correct,
Okay. Now, you don't own that home, is that correct?
correct,
Okay, your mother owns that home.
correct.
You live at the address
Yes.
with her. Okay. And do you have any type of power of attorney for your mother or anything like that?
I do not.
Okay. Do you assist her typically with financial transactions?
No,
Okay. But you heard her testimony about the fact that you were the one
I guess
arranging.
describe financial transactions. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm just asking generally, do you assist her with things like filing insurance claims?
I would contact insurance.
On her behalf, though?
I would, well, they know that I'm the daughter of her, so like we've had Farm Bureau for 30+ years.
Okay. Other financial transactions you assist her with?
No,
Okay.
I do help with bills.
You help pay bills for her?
Yes,
Okay. What about help her with writing out checks?
I can't write a check to save my life.
Okay. What about arranging for payment of bills?
If I'm the one who set it up, if I contacted like a contractor to come out to do some work, I'll do the arrangements directly with them, yes.
Okay. On behalf of your mother?
No, just on me, because I'm living in the home, so if I need something done,
Okay. All right, but again, it's your mother's home, correct?
correct.
And so is that something you would talk to your mom about, the fact that you're having a contractor come out and do work on the home?
Not if I'm paying for it, no.
So you feel you have the authority to just to arrange for that to be done?
If I feel something needs to be done, yes.
Okay. And in your, again, that's authority your mother has given you because she doesn't have an issue with you doing that?
She doesn't really give me authority. I mean, they just do it.
Okay. So let's be specific about this case, I guess. When you contacted ServPro, did your mother ever tell you that, hey, I'm not okay with ServPro?
No,
Okay. And she was aware that ServPro was coming out and doing work?
correct. We've used them in the past.
Okay. And you agree they perform the services in a good workmanlike manner?
To a degree, yes.
All right. What do you mean to a degree?
They left debris behind.
Okay. Did you ever express that to them?
I did bring it up to the two girls that initially arrived on the property. They were there when I first called in to Serpro. I did state we have no electricity. You'd have to bring a generator. The two girls arrived, did not bring a generator. So then they reached out to Josh Bailey to have him bring it. By that time, I've already signed that contract before Josh even arrived on the scene.
Okay. Do you recall the testimony from Mr. Bailey about some text messages where you indicated that this was great work that you've done? We really appreciate your help.
I assumed by yes, I did do that, but I assumed by of them leaving and clearing everything out, that they would have removed the garbage and debris that were left in the basement.
Okay. So that was something later that you discovered.
Correct.
Okay. And turning back to contracting with ServPro, again, your mother never objected to you entering into that contract with ServPro, correct?
Correct.
And she knew they were doing the work,
Yes.
and they were doing the work for the benefit of her home, correct? You would agree that the work they did in the basement improved the condition of the basement?
I object, Your Honor. Again, we're calling, asking the witness to make argument in the form of a legal conclusion.
Well,
I'm not asking her for the legal definition of improve. I'm just asking her generally as a layperson, did it make the basement better?
I mean, I think
I mean,
that's fair as a
suck the
factual
water.
matter. Yeah, go ahead and answer.
It sucked the water out. I mean, the water was gone.
And did that,
Eventually the water would have evaporated or gone away, but yes, it did. They did clear out water.
okay. And you agree that that was something that you asked them to come and do?
Yes, they are a water restoration company.
Okay. And you asked them to come do that because it was necessary to get it done, correct?
Correct.
You agree that ServPro and Farm Bureau too relied on you having the authority to enter into that contract?
Once that Farm Bureau, you contacted Serpro, and Serpro essentially just deals with Farm Bureau. I'm no longer in the picture.
Okay, but again, you signed the contract with ServPro, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you would agree Servpro was relying on the fact that you had authority to authorize them to come in and
The
make these
two
improvements.
girls that
Let me finish my
arrived-
question. Hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
So you agree that Servpro was relying on your representation that they had authority to come in and work on the home?
I object, Your Honor. This is calling for speculation. She can't know, she can't make a determination through her testimony as to what Servpro relied on. Servpro had an opportunity to testify about that.
Yeah,
I'll rephrase it.
I think that's fair.
I'll rephrase the question. You never told anyone from Servpro that, hey, I can't authorize you to come in there without getting my mom's permission first.
The
correct?
girls just stated I had to be over the age of 18. I didn't have to be the homeowner.
Oh, okay, but you never indicated, hey, wait, I can't sign this. without
I did
getting my
ask
mom's
them
permission.
if I
Oh,
had
let
to
me
be-
finish my question. You gotta be patient. I'm sorry. You never indicated to anyone at Servpro, hey, I can't sign this without getting my mom's permission first.
I did
correct?
to the girls. I don't remember their names. There was two girls that showed up. I did state I'm not the homeowner. They said that's fine as long as someone over the age of 18, you could sign it.
Okay, but again, my question is, you never said, I can't sign this without
I
first
just
talking
said
to my
that. I
mom."
said I'm not the homeowner. They stated to me, as long as you're over the age of 18, you can sign it.
Okay, but again, you didn't refuse to sign it before talking to your mom, correct?
She already knew Servo was on the way.
All right. And you didn't ask Servpro to get your mom's signature on it.
They
correct?
stated I didn't have to be the
I
homeowner.
understand that, but you
I don't think
didn't,
you understand that.
but you didn't tell them, hey, I want my mom to sign this.
I
You went
think
ahead and
that's
signed it.
asking the answer.
Okay.
And I know what her answer is and you don't like that answer.
You heard the testimony about the heater being left at the house after April 30th of 2024,
Correct.
and that was true, right?
Not to
The
my
heater left?
knowledge, they cleared out stuff on 426 from the basement. They did put a Firebird upstairs. We were in a hotel from 420 to 430. So the 26, everything was cleared out in the basement, which would have been like the drying equipment, that kind of stuff. So then from 426 to 430, they did put a Firebird upstairs. Once we called consumers felt safe enough because the water was extracted. Everything was gone, that they were able to come in and turn on electricity. So we
Okay.
could run our own fire.
All right, so your testimony then, let me make sure I understand, is that that Firebird was not there after 4:30 of 2024?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Okay, do you remember a text message about them coming to pick up the heater on May
I
16th?
do not have any of my text messages because prior case, that phone was confiscated. I got a new phone. That phone kind of crashed out. So all my messages to me and Josh Bailey, I do not have record of.
Okay, that wasn't really my question. My question is, do you recall?
I don't recall
For-
anything because I don't have, it was a year ago.
Okay, so is it possible then that that Firebird heater was in fact in the home after April 30th of 2024?
It could be possible that they refused to pick it up. Yes. Was it being used? No.
So what was the reason of leaving the Firebird heater then if it wasn't being used?
I object, Your Honor. It also calls for speculation.
Well, I guess implied in that is only if you know.
I don't know why they left it.
Was the heat on in the home?
We had electric fireplaces that we plugged in.
Okay, was that sufficient to keep the home completely heated?
Yes,
If
because
you
we're
know.
going into May. So
Okay,
yes.
so again, you don't know why they would leave a Firebird heater
The
there?
guy just refused to pick it up. I don't know.
Okay, and just a moment. This is good. Can I approach the witness?
Yes.
All right. Chris, I'm going to show you a text message dated April 28th, 2024. You recall, I'm going to show it to you. It's kind of rude.
And this is just gonna be impeachment, right? Because we can't.
Correct.
Something like this. Okay.
No, it might be. Okay. Some of it's not totally relevant. That's why we're kind of scan through.
All right. Thank
Okay, I'm gonna show you that text message, Krista, from April 20th, 2024. Can you read that text message?
Out loud?
Well, read it to yourself, and
Um,
then I'm gonna ask you some questions about it.
okay, yeah, they,
All right. And so do you recall now having exchanged some text messages with Mr. Bailey?
that's just pertaining to the generator,
Okay,
having his
so,
equipment hooked up to it. I just wanted to know like what would it increase our electricity bills at that time? That was April 28th. That's has nowhere to do with May.
okay, but so you said, curious how much electricity does the heater pull?
Correct, because we would run it into our electricity. That was the 28th. So it'd be the 28th, 29th, and the 30th.
Okay.
Of April, not May.
All right, and so that was going to be after they removed their generator, right? Because you were concerned how much it would pull off of your,
They pulled their generator on the 28th.
right? And so you were asking how much electricity does the heater pull?
For 2 days. I'm not gonna run a thing for 30 days.
All right, but the heater was left there after they pulled out that other equipment, correct?
Yes,
And that was because there wasn't heat in the house?
correct.
Okay, so your prior testimony about having electric fireplaces plugged in, clearly you were,
You stated till May 30th. Okay, we're talking April 28th, 29th, and the 30th. You went all the way to May. That's another extra 30 days. So from the April 30th to May 30th, yes, we had electric fireplaces plugged in. It got warm enough towards the end of May. That text message is from April 28th,
when did you have your furnace fixed in the house?
the following year, the February of 2025.
Okay, so there was no furnace in the house, correct?
Well, the
During this
broken
time
one.
period,
No, there was, well, the broken one was in there,
but it wasn't operating?
correct.
Do you recall, well, if I can approach you, Judge. Maybe just read that text message to yourself.
Okay, yeah, he did a good job. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job. No one's disputing that.
Okay. And do you dispute that that electric heater that was left, that Firebird, was picked up sometime around May 30th of 2024?
I don't recall when it was picked up. It wasn't being used. It was set out. If you enter the house, there's a front door, there's a porch area. That's where the Firebird was. It was set, it was stacked in with some other stuff.
Okay,
along
I'm
with
just, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm just asking you, do you know when it?
I do not.
Okay, those are all my questions. Thank you, Judge.
Any cross?
I don't have cross-examination, Your Honor.
All right, you want to, hand those exhibits back, please? Yeah, you can start them. All right, Mr. Slough?
No other witnesses, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Cadell?
So, well, I hate to do this to Krista, but, well, can I call Krista Wiley as my witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right, Ms. Wiley, I'll just remind you that you remain under the oath I just administered to you, so go ahead and resume your seat.
So Krista, you testified to, several of the details as to what happened, but I want to try to slow it down and get a greater level of detail, without bouncing around from issue to issue like you were just now through the plaintiff's direct examination. So, to be clear, do you own any ownership interest in the home on Quarry Road where you live?
No.
And can you describe for us step by step what happened on April 20th, 2024?
It was a Saturday. It was in the morning. I woke up and it was cold. I figured power went out. I'm strange. I had to sleep with the radio on and a fan. Those were still on. So obviously the power did not go out. So I'm like something with the furnace, maybe go like the pilot. So I get up and I walk down to the basement where we have, it's an older basement. So you have like concrete stairs. I walk down there. There is a switch at the top I turn on, but you can't see into the basement until you go down to the left. There's another light switch. I stepped in water. So as soon as I stepped in water, I backed right out because you have electricity and water don't mix. So then I backed up out of the basement, let my mom know, hey, there's water down here. I contacted Farm Bureau through their emergency phone number and filed a claim. Also let Farm Bureau know that I was contacting SERVPRO to come out.
And so did you call SERVPRO after Farm
I
Bureau?
did. I don't remember who I spoke with, though.
Do you remember what SERVPRO said to you when you called?
I just stated that we have Farm Bureau as an insurance company and that we have water in the basement. I'm assuming there's a busted pipe. I did contact Consumers Energy. They did come out to shut off electricity. I did contact Ellsworth because they're out propane. They did come out to shut off propane, so it'd be safe to enter for SERVPRO to enter into the basement.
And how soon after calling SERVPRO did they come?
Well, I'm not sure where they came from. So roughly an hour and a half, two girls showed up in a, I guess, a van of a box van or something like that. They showed up, I met them out front and I directed them to the back. I asked, how you gonna run your equipment because we don't have no electricity. They stated that they would have to contact somebody else. So I don't know if they texted Josh or called him. I think they did call him. And then we had to wait for Josh to arrive on scene. And then Josh arrived in his pickup truck. And then he explained to Josh that, hey, I explained to the initial SERVPRO people that we have no electricity, no power. You have to run all your equipment off a generator. So then Josh had left the property to go back and retrieve a generator, which they do pull with their pickup truck. It's a decent sized generator, I want to say 6 foot, around there. They brought it in.
All right. So at what point in this timeline that you just recited did you sign a contract?
With the two girls. Josh was not present.
Did you sign the contract then before Josh arrived?
Correct.
All right. And in what format was the contract presented to you?
It was on a tablet.
On a tablet. Did you have an opportunity to review all of the words in the contract before
No,
signing?
it was very small print.
So the entered exhibit 3, can you take, may I approach it? Or, yeah, all right. So just to be clear, did you type in the customer name, address, city, etc.?
No, that was already on the tablet.
And where it says insurance company unknown, did you type that in?
I did not. They were aware it was Farm Bureau.
No. Where it says printed name towards the bottom of that page 1, did you print your name?
No, I just did a little squiggly.
where it has the date, did you enter the date?
No,
Did you do anything on this page 1 except for a squiggle mark at customer signature?
that is it.
On page 2, did you have an opportunity to review page 2?
No, it was like it wasn't really pages. It was like they just scrolled to this when you sign it and then they scrolled it up.
Who scrolled it up?
The girl.
Okay. And at the bottom where it says customer initials, do you believe that's you?
Yes.
Okay. Did anyone discuss with you the terms of the contract before you signed it?
No, she just said they had I had to sign, it was authorization form for them to start work.
So when did you first review this contract?
Do not, I think when I was served paperwork, like when I was served by Mr. Burr.
Did you get a copy of this contract after you signed it?
I did not.
And so when you signed this tablet, what did you believe that you were signing?
Just a form for them to start work. I didn't know it had anything legal binding or anything like that.
Did you know that the contract said that they could obtain a mechanical lien if prompt payment wasn't made?
No,
Did you know that the contract required you to pay 1.5% monthly interest if prompt payment wasn't
No.
made? What was your first reaction upon learning about that interest rate?
didn't know what it means. Still don't know what it means.
How did it make you feel?
Object irrelevancy.
Well, what would be?
Well, the relevance is goes to the Michigan Consumer Protection Act counterclaims, Your Honor, as to the probability of confusion, misunderstanding.
All right, for that purpose, objection overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. So how did it make you feel, Krista, upon learning about the 1.5% interest rate?
Yeah, I'll object to foundation too, since it's not characterized as an interest rate, it's a finance charge, but.
Well, this witness said she didn't really know what it means. So, I mean, the court will determine the legal. Well, go ahead and answer the question about how you felt when you heard about that charge, whatever.
Confused. I didn't understand it. I don't know. Still don't know what it means.
Did you believe that you were entering into a credit transaction when you signed this contract?
No, they just said it was for them to start work on the house.
So when did you learn that this contract stated that you agreed to pay ServPro's legal fees if they engaged in collection actions?
Think when around December, when I received, I got the construction lien. I think when they served me papers. I don't really remember when.
Okay. So, well, what was your first reaction when you learned about potential liability for these attorney's fees?
Frustrated, disappointed. I don't know.
Do you believe that you should pay these fees?
No,
Why not?
because I agreed to do a payment plan prior to even going into court. I'm not disputing that the deductible is owed.
All right. Did you know that the contract required you to waive a jury trial if you were sued?
I didn't read it.
When did you learn that the contract required that?
I think when we came to court. Was it arraignment? No, not arraignment. Like the first time we come. I think the Judge Gauthier stated that it would be like a 1-day bench trial. And then he stated that it wouldn't be a jury.
How did it make you feel to learn that you had no right to a jury trial in this case?
I don't have no answer.
Did you tell ServPro at any time that you signed this contract on behalf of your mother?
No, again, like I stated to the previous attorney, they just stated, I was told I was not the homeowner. They said it didn't matter, as long as you're over the age of 18, you could sign it.
When did you learn that ServPro was alleging that you signed on behalf of your mother?
When they filed the construction lien, and it was in her name.
And what was your first reaction when you learned of that allegation that you
I was
signed?
pissed because they didn't do any improvement to the home. There was no construction done. Kind of did my digging into a construction lien, and she had no part in this. This was between me and ServPro.
So now, while the work was being done, did you talk to Tanya Beardsley or anybody else off-site employed by ServPro?
While the work was being done, we weren't home. Like at that time, we had horses, goats. We had a whole farm going on. So we would come home in the morning. We were staying in a hotel in the Lancet, come home in the morning, let all the dogs inside out, go potty, feed them, water everybody. I had to have because we had no water at that time, I had to have a water company come in to deliver water to the home. So we weren't really in contact with the workers. They had access. They didn't essentially come inside the front door, if that makes sense. They drove around the back where we haul in our round bales. So they had access, as long as they didn't let the horses out, they were allowed to come in through that gate. The one guy, I don't remember his name, he has a farm, so he was comfortable coming in the gate without the homeowner being present, or somebody living in the home present.
So did you personally observe them doing any work?
No, we were not home.
No, at the time that ServPro was there, were there other contractors besides ServPro doing work on the home?
No, it had to be safe enough for other contractors to enter. So they had to get all the water out, get the basement completely dried out. Get ups, I want to say, came out on the 30th to get water start working. They installed a jet pump.
And with Ginnups, for example, did you end up owing them money for that, or was that covered by insurance entirely?
So for rewind, I think Aubrey said it. They came out, initially installed the jet pump, didn't install it properly, so then Ginnups came to fix it because he kind of knew what the issue was. It was just a 220, had to be dropped down to 120 volt. So then water got connected. But that was after all the drying equipment was moved out of.
So sorry, Krista, the question was, did insurance cover Ginnup in full, or did you have to pay something?
We had to pay out of pocket. Well, Rich didn't charge me for coming out for that one because he felt bad because the horses, we had to pay for water to be caught in. So he just kind of stopped out. He understood, he knew what the problem was. And he was kind of frustrated with the other plumbers that refused to come out and fix their mistake. So he didn't charge us for that. Ginnups did install our water heater, and insurance cut them a check directly for the water heater. So they were paid in full for the water heater.
So do you believe that ServPro did the work that they were asked to do?
Correct.
And do you know anything about antimicrobial treatment?
I don't know if there's a smell to it or nothing. I don't even know if they installed it. I don't know if it's pet friendly. I don't even know how they put it in.
When did you first learn that they performed some antimicrobial treatment?
I think when I was reviewing all the documents that you sent to me and it was brought up.
Is the basement still in a dry condition today?
Yes. It is a Michigan basement, so it's like, it's dirt.
Right, that Exhibit A, the thermostat that was entered, the black box. Did you bring that to court today?
I did.
And where was that? Where did you find that?
The same where the Firebird was, right in the front porch area.
Was there any other equipment left behind?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
At any point, do you believe that ServPro cleaned your basement?
They did not remove debris.
So for example, you look at page 15 of Exhibit 2. Page 15, Krista.
Yeah, this lumber, they just stacked up against the wall.
All right, what about this red barrel that's in the lower left corner of the photo?
Oh, they just, that is an old pressure tank and they just stood it up against the wall.
All right. So do you know whether they actually did remove any debris?
No, there's still a garbage bag down there with debris in it that they picked up.
Do you know what debris is in that garbage bag?
Insulation, stuff that they removed from. If you go to page 22, there's insulation that blocks that opening that was on, that they put on the ground and then they put in the garbage bag and they just left it.
And where is that garbage bag now?
Still in the basement.
So when did you learn that ServPro came to have performed work on your property until May 30th?
I'm not aware if they were out there on May 30th and they were trespassing.
So did you receive any bills from ServPro?
May 1st, May 2nd.
Did you receive any bills after that?
I did receive monthly invoices via email.
And so what did you do in response to these bills?
Nothing,
Why?
because I didn't have the $2,500 up front to pay it at that time.
Did you offer a payment plan?
Not until December.
What happened when you have offered a payment plan?
I reached out to Tanya Beardsley.
I'll object, same objections before, Judge.
And I'll respond in the same way, Judge. She's not offering to show the amount of the claim or the liability, but just to show what actually happened in her attempts in good faith to resolve the issues and the inappropriate response from ServPro.
Well, but sure, but whatever the nature of the debt, if the debtor then makes some offer of payment plan, that doesn't obligate the creditor to not pursue legal remedies, right? So her
Right, but
offer to
there's a
set up
very big
payment
leap
plan-
between those two concepts, Your Honor. So what we're talking about is the offer of a payment plan as an offer of proof of belief that a payment plan was agreed to, and then upon presentation of a written payment plan, that payment plan saying something other than what they agreed to, and then being informed, as a further offer of proof that the written agreement wasn't what they agreed to orally, a refusal by ServPro to then discuss or acknowledge even that the written agreement was different than what was talked about orally.
Right, but they don't have to enter into any agreement for payment plan before pursuing the remedies. So I think I do continue to believe that evidence is inadmissible.
And I would like to mention, just for a trailing thought on that issue, Your Honor, ServPro did allege that Krista refused to pay. And this testimony is further relevant for Krista's willingness to try to work out an agreement.
All right, my ruling will stand.
I'm sorry?
My ruling will stand.
I understand. And so, Krista, without discussing what the terms of negotiations were, how did the negotiations with ServPro make you feel?
Same objection, Judge. These aren't relevant to the Consumer Protection Act claim.
Yeah, I'm still just, I understand the point you're trying to make. I just disagree that it's relevant to the legal claims here today. So it's just,
So when did you learn that ServPro filed this lawsuit?
After, well, I don't know how to answer that, because you like denied a payment agreement, so like. When I talked to Tanya, we had a payment agreement, I stated what I wanted to state, told her,
Same objection, Judge.
I found out after
well,
the
hang on,
fact.
it overruled for that purpose. She's just laying a foundation for, and, you know, this is a bench trial, so the law would presume, and I would apply that I'm gonna disregard stuff that's not.
So I continue.
Yeah,
Continue, yes.
So we had this agreement to come up with. She said if we came up with this, she wanted to avoid contacting the attorneys. She wanted to resolve this prior to getting the attorneys involved. And I said, okay, I can afford this amount a month. And she's like, okay. And then when I got this emailed over to me, the third paragraph made absolutely no sense because it stated I would pay $100 a month, but then they withdraw on the 1st and the 15th. In which in turn, I reached out to Josh Bailey because Tanya was difficult to deal with. Josh claimed he was on Christmas vacation. I felt bad for him.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think this is non-responsive and irrelevant, and I'll disregard.
All right, so let's point so as far as the moment that you learned that they sued you in court in Sheboygan County.
When I was served by the officer.
All right. In those papers that you received, was there any sworn statement included in those papers from stating a sworn statement of the nature of certifying that they did work without any subcontractors and no debts were owed other than to them?
Not that I recall.
So why did you decide to fight this lawsuit once you learned that you were being sued?
Because they're trying to foreclose our house.
And so what do you hope to achieve as a resolution to this case?
Just having a payment agreement to pay their deductible that was owed to them. Not to lose a home.
I don't have any other questions for Krista, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Any questions, Judge? Krista, you agree ServPro's entitled to be paid for the work it did.
It was never disputed, no.
All right.
So I do, I guess I agree.
You testified earlier that you felt ServPro was trespassing when it came back to your home in late May.
They didn't feel they were trespassing, but if they were there up until May 30th, I'm not aware that they've had permission to be there up until May 30th.
All right. I can approach the witness. Just Krista, I'm gonna have you read this text message on May 28th of 2024, and then the following message.
So can we go back to like May 16th where,
Well, I just want to ask you about those first. Okay.
okay, I mean, obviously they refused, they haven't come picked it up and we're talking May 16th. So equipment's not being used. Why is it still there?
Okay, so my question is, on May 28th of 2024, were there text messages exchanged where they indicated they were going to come out Thursday morning and grab the heater?
Which is fine, but it wasn't being used.
So is that a yes?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, so, and you indicated that that was fine, correct?
For them to come get their heater, yeah, because they need to get their equipment out of my
Okay,
house.
so they weren't trespassing by coming and getting their
I
heater?
didn't state that they were trespassing. If they didn't have permission and I didn't know they were there, then that would be considered trespassing.
Okay, well, I guess my understanding of your testimony earlier was that they did not have permission to come get the heater. Is that
They had
not the
permission
case?
to get the heater, but if they were there for other purposes, no, they didn't have permission.
Okay, fair enough. And again, the heater was there as of May 28th, 2024.
It was not being used, and you clearly can
The
say May
answer is a
16th
yes, no question. Yes, the heater was there, correct?
for his text messages, yes.
I'm asking you, do you recall the heater being there on May 28th of 2020?
I don't recall it being there, no.
Do you remember them telling you they were gonna come out and get the heater?
He
on
stated May
28th?
16th, he was gonna come out and get the heater. So
I'm
that
asking you about May 28th. Did they tell you they were gonna come out and get the heater?
clearly that message states that,
And you said that was fine, correct?
correct?
Okay. I'm gonna show you what's admitted as plaintiff's exhibit 4. You have that in front of you already. Mr. Bailey testified that this was an email he sent you in April of 2024. Do you recall receiving that email?
Correct.
Okay, and there's an attachment to this, which Mr. Bailey testified was a proposal they submitted to Farm Bureau. Do you remember reviewing that proposal?
The rough draft,
Correct.
that was, I looked at it, I don't really dig into it, no.
You didn't read the whole thing?
No,
So you don't know whether that proposal would have referenced applying microbial treatment to the basement?
no, this was just because we had issues with Farm Bureau, so we had to have something sent over so that Farm Bureau could start.
But again, you didn't read the attachment, correct?
No, I did not.
All right, so you don't know whether it indicates there would be treatment in the basement? for
Correct, I didn't know.
microbes. All right. All right, last, I want you to look at plaintiff's exhibit number 3. That in front of you?
Yes,
Okay. You see the bold text in all caps right down at the bottom center of the page?
correct.
Can you read that for me, please?
I have read this authorization to perform services and direction of payment, including the terms and conditions of service on the next page hereof, and agree to the same.
Okay, and you did in fact sign this agreement?
Yes,
Okay. You indicated in your testimony earlier that you didn't read this agreement.
it was on tablet, so no, and it was obviously way smaller than this.
Okay, did you ask someone to get you a copy so that you could fully review it?
We were in an emergency situation, that's not priority to get a copy of it,
Okay, so the answer is no.
correct?
And did you ask anyone to explain what these terms were that you were agreeing to?
I didn't read it, she just says authorization for them to perform work.
Okay. You could have read it if you had wanted to, correct?
If I want to stand there and hold her tablet for 15 minutes, yes.
Okay. And you
But they
chose,
had to
you
have that
chose
signed so
not
they
to,
can start
correct?
work.
You chose not to, correct?
Because she said just sign it, so I signed it.
Okay, but again, you could have read it if you wanted to. Yes.
I don't know if I could have read it, if she would allow me to sit there and hold her tablet while they start work.
My other question was, did you ask them to explain what these terms were?
No,
I'm gonna have you just read, well, let me just ask it this way. Do you dispute that the contract says that interest and finance charges will be charged at the maximum allowable by law or at 1.5%?
again, I didn't read
per
the
month?
contract.
Okay, but you don't dispute that it says that here?
I don't even, that's a legal question. I don't know how to even, if I would dispute it or not.
I'm
I
just
don't even
asking
know-
you if that's what the.
I don't
text
know
is.
what it means, so,
I'm just asking you if that's what the text is on the page. You don't dispute that that text
well, no, it's
appears
right in front of us.
on the second page, paragraph 5. The first sentence, you don't dispute that.
Again, I didn't read this.
I'm just asking you what it says, ma'am. I'm not asking your legal
To
interpretation.
provide, bring legal action to collect monies due under the contract. Can we read the whole thing?
Read it to yourself, please.
Yeah, I have no idea what this even means.
Okay, do you
So
agree?
mechanical lien to me would be something that you work on a vehicle. That's
Okay.
mechanical.
Let's wait for my question, please. So paragraph 5, that first sentence, you don't dispute that it says that the provider can collect reasonable legal fees and costs in an attempt to collect.
I don't know of how I would dispute it or not.
That's,
I don't know
that is
what-
what it says. I'm not asking you to interpret it. I'm just asking what it says.
Well,
It
it
says
says,
that,
yeah, we
yes.
can read it together.
That's a yes.
Yeah, I can read it. I mean, I don't know what it means, but
Okay, how about you just read the last sentence in paragraph 5 for me?
Again, I don't know what a mechanics lien is.
Okay, but it does say that you're granting them the right to file a mechanics lien. Correct.
In my theory, mechanics lien would be something with a vehicle.
I'm not asking you what you think it means. I'm just asking you, just, that's what you signed, is that? you're
Yes,
giving
again,
them
I didn't
consent.
read it when I signed it.
All I'm asking you is that that's what it says, correct?
Correct.
Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, thanks, Your Honor.
Okay, you can set them.
I call Deborah Wiley, please, Your Honor.
Okay.
What we've witnessed is a courtroom wrestling with competing truths. A homeowner who needed urgent help, a daughter who stepped in during a crisis, and a restoration company expecting payment for work performed. The judge will ultimately weigh whether Krista had apparent authority to bind the homeowner, whether the contract terms were fairly disclosed, and whether the services undeniably improved the property's condition. Cases like this ripple beyond one flooded basement. They highlight how quickly emergencies can turn into legal battles when documentation, communication, and expectations don't align. So what's your verdict? Responsible action in a crisis, or a costly mistake born from confusion? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.